It's a Sunday, 7 p.m. in Invrel, 11 a.m. in Rocamadour. Welcome to the weekly retro at Bin Television. I am Jimmy Bin. Tonight, we are discussing about the deteriorating security situation and the threat to peace in eastern parts of Congo. Our guest is the executive director of the African Sub-Sahara International Development Agency. He is Mr. Theophile Elongo. He will be joining us from Sydney in Australia. You can still catch up with us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at our channel, Bin Television. Viewers, our guest tonight is Director Theophile Elongo. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Security situation that is going on in Congo. How are you concerned about that?
As I said previously, that I'm seriously concerned as a man born and raised in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I'm very concerned of the insecurity situation which is happening in both in North and South Kivu.
I read somewhere you wrote that there is a threat to peace in eastern parts of Congo. What is it about? What is it about? I mean,
As I said before, Minembo has become the treaty to peace for the Eastern of Democratic Republic of the Congo. Minembwe, which is a land of Bembe people, it has been taken, not really. Some people has just tried to take it, to take advantage to Minembwe, while native indigenous Bembe, owner of the land, are there, and they're still there. This is why Minembwe has become the treaty to peace. Someone want to take it by force, who is not the native person, who is not the owner, want to take something which doesn't belong to him. As you know yourself, that the Congo has received refugees in 1959, many years ago. But as refugees, they were granted citizen of the country. They should not take advantage when they have become a citizen. They want to take also the land of the indigenous Bembe people, which is not really good. We have been raised this issue to different authorities, especially the United Nations, that which one, how can someone like myself, I was welcome in Australia as a refugee. I was granted my refugee status as an Australian refugees. I can tomorrow, after tomorrow, be granted the citizenship of Australia, but I should not take this advantage when I become citizen to change the name of Australian mountain, to change the name of Australian river, to change the name of Australian villages, to ask for the land, to grab the land of Australian and make myself like the owner of that land. That is how Minembwe has become the big treaty to peace in eastern of DRC.
do you think that the Congolese government allowed them to do so?
I don't think so if the Congolese government itself will give them that chance. It is something which you can't yourself, a man like myself, who knows how refugees are received in any foreign country and how they should know, how they should behave. When you settle in a country like a refugee, you have to observe the laws of that country. You have to love the people of the country. You should not take guns to kill the owner of the country. You should not push the own of the country. You should respect. You must respect the laws of the country. This is why the own of the country will welcome you and will settle you in that country. You should not take advantage that because this country has the laws which are weak, I have to take this advantage. That should not be done in eastern of DRC.
Is there
Minembwe,
any is there any connection between what is going on in Bunagana and what is going on in Minembwe?
no, they are the same people. Bunagana are, Bunagana was taken by the same people. The same people who are trying to take the land of Minembwe are the same in Bunagana. There is no difference. They are the same people. Those who are claiming Bunagana to be their own land, their people also were welcome in DRC as refugees. Those who are trying to take Minembwe as their own land is people who are received in Congo as refugees. And when someone receives you in his country, welcome you in the country, you must, at the first instance, respect the laws of the country.
Recently, the Kenyan president invited the East African community leaders in Kenya to discuss how they could send the regional forces, East African regional forces to DRC Congo. Do you think that may help?
Don't, as I said before, I don't think if that particular group, regional force will make peace, will support the Congolese government to build the peace. Congo is one of the country which has received the very higher number of peacekeepers from the United Nations. I think if I can go back to the statistics, Congo has today 20,000 peacekeepers. Those peacekeepers were sent by the United Nations in DRC to build the peace. But Congo has never been in peace, and those peacekeepers, they have been there for more than 10 years. How can a small group of a regional force will make peace in Congo while the United has failed itself to make peace? Violence is ongoing. Massacre of innocent civilian people, children and women still ongoing. How can that small group of force from Eastern African country will make peace? I don't believe, and I don't trust that they will make peace in Eastern of DRC.
So, being from Minembwe, the region that we are discussing, and you have said that Minembwe is seen being the new threat to the peace in eastern part of Congo. So you are in communication with people in the ground, and do you think the Congolese are happy to welcome the East African forces in Congo?
What I can say is Congolese people like myself, born in Congo and raised in Congo, I'm telling you that they don't believe if Eastern African countries will send force which will promote peace in eastern of DRC. There will not be peace in eastern of DRC because, as I said before, 20,000 peacekeepers from United Nations, well-trained military from United Nations, they've been there for more than 10 years. There is no peace because the aggression is coming from somewhere. Congo has 9 countries, has borders with 9 countries. Have you heard something like Angola was treating Congo to destabilize Congo, to make insecurity on the borders? Nothing. I can nominate all those countries. Congo has never had any problem with all those countries, but it's only Rwanda and Uganda. You see where the instability and security come from. They've been in Congo, their army, whatever. They are doing so many bad things in DRC. And they are trying also to support some of the relatives. What I say, what I hear from the Congolese leaders, they said the Congo government, the Congolese government, and the army in DRC has been infiltrated. I think you are more than you know that word, infiltrate. So foreign people has joined the institution in DRC without the government knows. So l'armée et le gouvernement est infiltré. How can you solve a problem while your own enemy are with you? How can you solve those problems?
So do you think negotiation may put an end to that threat?
Who should you negotiate with, man, Mr. Journalist? How can you negotiate with someone who's treating you? He's trying to take advantage because you welcome him. Congolese people are not really bad people. Congolese people are very good people. They have shown the hospitality. They welcome those who fled from their country. They fled the war. They have a right to live in somewhere where they feel themselves that this place is secure, and Congolese welcome them. But they take advantage because they were more than welcome in DRC. They want now to take the land. Yesterday they were claiming that we want to have citizenship. They were granted citizenship in a group of people, which has never been done in any country in the world. They were given citizen. After being a citizen, they are claiming now to have land of DRC, a land which the land which belongs to other ethnic group. How can we give the land of someone to anyone? Because you are a refugee. I've been in Australia for more than 20 years as a refugee. Do you think one day I will claim the land in Australia? No. Do you think one day I will push Australian to give me the land? No. Do you think one day I will change the name of the mountain in Australia? No. Even if I live here 100 years, I won't be able to change anything here in Australia. What I need to do, I need to observe the policies, and I must respect the laws of this great country. This is how our people should do in DRC. They were welcome in DRC as refugees. Even if the United Nations wrote to those people that when you enter in the country, you should not be involved in the politics of the country. So the only thing which need to do is we have to tell those people who were welcome in DRC as refugees to respect the laws of the country. They should not be killing the own of the country. They should not be claiming the land which doesn't belong to them. They have to respect all those. And before they used to live peacefully in DRC, because when they claimed the citizenship, they were granted citizenship. Now they are claiming the land of the Congolese. And they are trying to change the history of DRC. Some of them are saying that the land that belongs to them.
Do you think this problem, this conflict, is it recent or it started long time ago?
It didn't start a long time ago. When we grown up in Congo ourselves, we used to call those foreigners foreigner, and they will say yes. But because they have learned, they have seen probably the government is weak, they want to take advantage. But no one Congolese will give them those second chance. The first chance they had is a humanitarian chance. You can enter in the country as refugees and tomorrow you will become citizen. True. They were granted citizenship in DRC. After citizenship, now they want to get the land. They want to take advantage to the land of the Congolese. That will not happen. I don't think if it will happen. The second thing is this: they changed their name. They used to be called refugees from Rwanda. Now they changed the name. They are calling themselves Banyamu something. I don't want to pronounce that name because it doesn't exist in DRC. Banya something in DRC. They are calling themselves Banyamulenge. Do you think that name exists? When we grow, we didn't hear that name. We don't know that name. This is something they create in 1980 something 80. Elders told us they create that name in 1894. They create that name. After creating that name, they create that name. And before they had the Banyamulenge name, they used before to be called, they used to call themselves Banyavyura. Later on, they changed Banyavyura to Banyamulenge, something which we don't know ourselves.
Recently, the president of Rwanda claimed that the Congolese authorities, especially the president, should deal with his own problem. And when we refer in 1994, the genocide in Rwanda, some Rwandans fled to Congo. And today, claiming that those Rwandans in Congo are fighting Rwanda, are going to fight to attack Rwanda. That's why Rwandan government always protect its territory. Do you think Rwanda is using those people to protect themselves?
What I can say is one of the things which I forget to say is I have to say I have to say thank you to the Congolese government. When our neighbors, Rwandan, fled their country in 1994, when they had the war, at that time I was studying as a high school student. I saw with my own eyes, and as I listened to some information during the Mobutu era. They sent soldiers to Rwanda to support the Rwandan. At that time, it was called Operation Turquoise. Turquoise Operation, which the Congolese army did in Rwanda in 1994. They went there to support the Congolese, to stop the massacre
with the French as well.
Of innocent population, which was a very good thing, which they did. And millions of those Rwandans fled in DRC. And they were welcome in DRC because they have to be protected. They are human beings. They need to be protected. They were protected in DRC. And before that, there were some of them who were already living in DRC. So during the negotiation after the war of 1996, they went to South Africa in Sun City to negotiation because they're the one who started the war in DRC. They said, why are you making war in this country? Why are you fighting Congolese? They said, we have been in this country for a long time. Now we need you Congolese to give us a citizenship. The government said, yes, that is a very, I'm going very short with this very short history.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
government said,
Just be
yes,
brief.
you have been here for long, you have a right to ask, to request, to ask for citizenship. So you should apply, and individually they refuse. They said, give us any Rwandan here who came, who fled the war from 1995, 1990, 1955, 59, please. And 1994, we need to have to be granted citizenship. The government of Congo give them agreed and granted them the citizenship. They become all citizens. After being citizen, they come with the new agenda. Say, no, we have to have this land. They went wrongly in their plan. Their plan was very wrong because they took the name of Banyamulenge. That name belonged to Bafuliru. Bafuliru is the mountain of Bafuliru Banyamulenge. They went in Fizi. They take the land, they claim the land of Minembwe, which doesn't belong to them. The whole Africa knows that Minembwe doesn't belong to Banyamulenge. Minembwe is in a sector of which sector? Is in Itombwe sector. The traditional chief of Bembe people is in Minembwe. That is the land of Babembe, Bembe people in eastern of DRC.
So, just to cover up, what do you think can be done to make an end to that threat in DRC, according to you?
According to me, as an humanitarian, what I can say is those neighbors who fled their country and settled in Congo, they have a right to settle in Congo. They should accept that they don't have any land in DRC. That is something which they need to accept. They fled their country because they feel that they are not secure in their country. They are now in DRC. They should not be source of the insecurity in eastern of DRC. They should respect the laws of the country and accept that they don't have any land. And what I can say is they need also to change the name because Fuliru people are not happy with their name, which was taken, the name of their mountain. Mulenge is a Fuliru name. So they are not happy with the name of Fuliru, which was taken. And those neighbors who nominated themselves Banyamulenge, which is not really true. Mulenge belonged to Bafuliru, to Fuliru people. And when we had this Berlin conference, 1985, we didn't hear any Banyamulenge in that time. Every ethnic, Congo is a federation, as people, through the history is this, Congo is a federation. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is a country which was built through the federation. Each ethnic group who were in Congo in 1985 bring what they used to have, their part, to put together, and which each ethnic group put his land together to build what we call today the Democratic Republic of the Congo. This is why we call Congolese, the Democratic Republic of the Congo is a federation country. In the federation, if you didn't have any land, you should not claim any land. They don't have any land, how they should claim the land? Many people are living in Congo peacefully because they are not claiming land. Why? The only group, they are always claiming land, always calling for Accord de Lemera. This is the Kavana, which they have. They are always, we have to sign this treaty with this. Why they should be signing treaty all the time? While in Congo, we have so many ethnic group. They are living there, they don't have land. And they are happy to become a Congolese only. It's like myself today. I'm happy to be an Australian. Even if I don't have any land in Australia, I'm happy to be an Australian today. For example, many Africans are happy in Australia to be an Australian without having any land. So, as a Congolese raised and born in DRC, my fellow friend, journalist, I think the best advice to give to those people is to accept to live in Congo as what they are. They should not go over. When you are entering the country, they welcome you in the country. You must respect the laws of the country. That is how you should live peacefully.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elongo, for joining us tonight. Ladies, viewers, you have been watching the weekly review. You can still catch up this show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and the discussion will continue. Tell us what you think about the threat to the peace in the eastern parts of Congo. Until we meet next time, bye-bye.
Thank you.